On this episode, a tragic case where a man is wrongly convicted, put on death row without possibility of parole, and lost 6 years of his life. He thought all was lost until he met Brian Stevenson, a lawyer who turned his life in another direction. Now sending it off to Marcos.
Hi. So how can a man with zero prior evidence of being violent, or there's zero evidence of him making the actual crime? So how can you blame him? It's just stupid. But anyway, we'll introduce our special guest. Let's go off to
The
him.
topics we will analyze throughout the episode are life after prison, witness reliability, and the importance of evidence. Throughout the show, these themes will be present, but for now, let's introduce some special guests. Today, our special guest will be Walter McMillan.
Hi. Well, it all started on November 1st, 1986. The day was pretty average. I decided to replace my transmission in my truck, so I called my friend Jimmy to fix it. After that, my family and others did a fish fry and cooked other food to sell. You could imagine how shocked I was when they found me guilty.
Now, I want to get a bit personal and ask, do you believe prejudice and stereotypes played into your arrest? If so, how? And do you think this affects others as well?
Yes, of course, I believe that. After all, I was a black man in the South. I was dating a white woman, which was looking down upon. Not to mention, I wasn't the most loyal person in the world. No one looked good as a suspect for a crime, and they were rushing to close the case. Sheriffs had their reputations on the line. It's not uncommon for the same thing to happen to others just based on their looks and nothing else.
Mr. McMillan, for your time.
I'd like to welcome our guest, Ralph Myers, and I might add, he was very crucial to a part of this case. He was one of the key witnesses.
I just felt like this was the right thing to do. After all, I was part of the reason McMillan was in prison. I feel so bad. The testimony I gave against him was false. I was pressured and coerced by the officers, but I allowed Walter to be mistreated. Because of that, I'm guilty as well.
We appreciate you being able to come forward and tell the truth. I'm sure you'll be able to agree that when you allow this sort of behavior, this mistreatment, almost everyone involved is affected.
Yes, I agree. There's always a consequence to these types of actions, and I've endured most of that. But being able to surround myself with others and learn from their perspective and their insights allowed me to realize what I did wasn't right.
And the case witness reliability was crucial. Yet, if a logical person were to look at these statements, they would be bombarded with details that don't march or make sense. For example, Ralph Myers' testimony, Walter McMillan hurt his arm, so he forced Myers to drive to the crime scene. Walter then stepped out of the car and told him to wait. During this time period, Myers went to go buy cigarettes, and upon returning to McMillan, revealed that he killed the store clerk within this many details. They do not add up. Putting that aside, for now, we would like to interview Bill Hooks.
I don't really understand why I'm here.
No.
So we would like to ask you a few questions. For example, have you seen the low rider at the cleaners?
Look at my official statement. It says that it's in there. I don't really need to further explain.
That's quite interesting, because we got no evidence saying that there was a modification until 6 months later.
I have nothing else to say.
Now let's bring out the final guest, Tom Chapman. Can you please tell us what you thought of Walter McMillan in the beginning?
DA to prove that Walter was guilty, but after new evidence, it turned out that there was no way that Walter McMillan could have killed Rhonda Morrison. She was murdered. Rhonda Morrison had been receiving calls from a man trying to threaten her. During the process of trying to figure out who really did it, the man kept calling, asking her about our investigation. Then he proceeded to say that McMillan was innocent and he could prove
How do you think people are judged unfairly?
Well, people are judged unfairly for a number of reasons. It could be their background, the way they look, or how they act. There's never really a true reason why this happened. Maybe lack of perspective or negativity. in Walter's case, it played out a big role.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to invite Walter back to tell us about his current life.
I was so lucky to have gotten someone who believed in me and helped me out of that place. Being in there, surrounded by vicious types of people, I learned, yes, even though I was found innocent, people still have a stigma towards me. Most people don't believe in rehab and think that prison changes people for the worse.
Can you tell us more or even a lesson you've learned?
I'm so lucky to have gotten someone who believed in me and helped me get out of that place. Being in there surrounded by various types of people, I learned what a great thing mercy was. We all deserve it. Thank you.